So guess what, guys? Today we're doing an unboxing of my new welder cutter machine thing. It's a 3-in-1 TIG welder, stick welder, and plasma torch. So here we go. This is a CT312 RT, obviously, says it right on the side of the box. 3-in-1 welder. So, well, like I said, it's a welder, a plasma cutter. There are two different kinds of welders, plasma cutter. And this is one of those things from eBay that was like less than 300 bucks with the whole thing. There's something in there. Don't know what yet. Okay, we got the first cable. That is the arc weld lead, or the stick welder lead, whatever you want to call it. There's the ground. There is a couple of bags here. I'm going to guess these are the TIG and plasma guns in these two little bags. And then more styrofoam. A little more styrofoam. A plastic tube. The welder itself. And an instruction manual, user's manual. Alright, let's pull him out of the bag first, eh? I will have to go buy a plug for it. These things don't come with a plug. Ha, there we go. Look at how shiny it is. Okay, so there's the front end of it. On the stick and TIG, go up to 120 amps, and on the plasma cutter it's up to 30 amps, which means that this thing only cuts about 3/8 of an inch thick, but I don't well, I don't foresee needing more than that. That doesn't mean I won't, but if I do, I will have to buy a larger, more robust machine, which will also be much more expensive. So this is the power cable that I will have to get a plug for, as I'm going to run it on 220. They're just far more efficient when they're not starved for power. So we'll be getting that. Gas inlet. I wonder where the air compressor. Well, I suppose the air goes in the same as the gas. I'm not sure. But anyway, plasma cutter takes gas. So let's see what's in this little guy. I'm gonna guess that's a regulator or something. Yes, that's the regulator, or actually air dryer and regulator. So cool. Got my little. This is going to be put into here, and it bolts onto these two bolts on the back here. Turn, as you can see, there you go. Little two bolts on the back, little bolt right onto there. This will attach to that. Air will come in, air will go out into there. So, but I'm not going to worry about that just yet. Okay, now I like the fact that it had bags for the TIG and plasma leads. This must be the plasma lead. Yes, that is it. No, that is a TIG lead. That is the TIG lead. There's your gas and the electric. Nice. And I don't know how long this is. I'm actually curious to see that too. I'm trying to keep this down in front of the camera, but I'm not always looking up at the screen to tell where I'm at, so bear with me. Let's see how long this actually is. That's actually a decent length. I'd give it 10 foot. Maybe even 12 foot, because I've got it in a loop and it's even with the top of my head, and I'm 6 foot. So that's a 12-foot TIG lead. Very nice. Hang that over there. Let's go. Oh, there's another bag in here. Ah, extra tips. There's no tungsten in here. That would make it hard to weld. Interesting. So maybe that's something I have to supply, which is fine. I can get that. And this is the plasma. This is what I'm actually was really wanting. And I was just going to buy a plasma cutter only type machine, and saw this one was only like $40–50 more for the cheap ones, and I was like, well, hell, I could get TIG too. So yeah, but this was what we originally were seeking. I like that. So, and it comes with extra tips as well. And this, I have no clue what that is. Ah, that is supposed to be on there. That's funny. You can't put it on there. Okay, I'm going to think that they made a mistake there. I don't need it, but yeah. Odd. Unless it has something to do with the air. I don't know. Anyway, so there's the tips and plasma, and I'm guessing that this is going to be 12 foot too. I was going to unroll it and got sidetracked there, sorry. The TIG lead is in a denim thing, and then this one's in kind of a rubber tube, like a heat shrink tube that hasn't been heated and shrank. And I think it's actually longer. Yeah, this one is, I don't know, I'd say a good 1.5 to 2 foot longer, so maybe 14 feet, which is great. The farther I can reach, the better, right? So I've actually rearranged the metal shop here a bit, and this machine is going to set, well, the main work area is going to be about 8 feet away from where this machine is going to set. So 12-foot lead and 14-foot lead is actually quite helpful. I don't know how long this looks shorter. So I guess if I'm going to arc weld, I'm going to have to pull the welder out farther. So, and with only 48 inches of cord on the back, it isn't going far from an outlet. So that will be something else to deal with. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get it assembled and go get a plug to put on it, and then I might just pop back in and we'll kind of do some testing on it. I won't be able to test the TIG part because I don't have the gas for it, but I do have compressed air to check the plasma, and I do have rods to check the stick welder part of it. So we might just get that done in this video, but here it is. Let me get some stuff together, and we'll see if we can't make it work a little bit. So I got it all hooked up. I got an end on it. Got a new outlet here, and my dog is outside whining because he wants to come in. Everybody knows Doc. So I'm going to test the stick welder on it first, arc welder, whatever you want to call it, MMA as it calls it, and we'll go from there. I guess it'd probably be a good idea to put a helmet on, you think? And then make sure that's there. So I've got a couple of pieces of that are just laying here. I'm just going to see if I can spark them together, and we'll go from there. Don't have my gloves on. Oh well. strike an arc at all anymore.
No, you're not getting a good contact. That is too. But there you go.
Again, don't have my gloves on. I was ill-prepared by not having my gloves. Okay, now I got my gloves. So, that was a little hot. I didn't want to pick it up. So, that is the weld I just did. Of course, they were sliding around on the table, so it didn't keep them parallel. Oh well. But I'm not just snapping it, so it's a pretty good weld, I guess. Doc, enough. There we go. So for part of that, it bit down to about halfway into the metal. And that was at 100, I think it was 100 amps I had it set at. 110. So it only goes to 120, but again, it's not like I'm welding bulldozers together. So let's hook up the plasma gun. And I've never used a plasma gun cutter, so this might be really funny to a lot of y'all as I am trying to learn. So hang on a second and I'll get it hooked up and we'll come back. All right, we're all set up for plasma torch. And I got a couple of different pieces of metal. This is some thin stuff, and then, I mean, it's real thin. I don't even know, maybe 18 gauge maybe. And then this is some 3/32 or 1/8 inch plate. We'll save it for a second. I'll get a little bit of practice on this thin guy first. I'm kind of a plasma cutter for years. Wow, I just blew right through it. I love it. Oh yeah, that's really nice. I mean, that's really, really nice. Let's try the thicker stuff, shall we? Well, here, let me show you that real quick. That is the edge it left, and very little slag or anything on the bottom side. Of course, this is with thin metal. The thicker stuff may be a little different. So this is the piece I'm going to try out, so you can see how much thicker it is. All right, wish me luck. Not getting all the way through yet. I'm trying to up the pressure a little bit. Well, that's cutting all the way through. But it's making me a little nervous. I think I'm putting on an apron. Because I don't know if you noticed, but there's a lot of sparks when I'm doing that. A lot of sparks. You know, my sister bought me this apron when I posted a picture of the sleeve of my shirt that had melted because it was a insulated flannel and the insulation melted. Luckily it didn't melt to me, but wow. Helmet. All right, here we go. There, I got it. So that did cause quite a bit more slag. Well, that's the bottom side there. And that little run across there, whoop, let me get up where you can see it. Okay, that little run across there, that was my first attempt where it didn't quite go all the way through. So that's definitely going to take some practice, and on these thicker metals, but that first piece, boy, that was nice. It was just like right like butter. Anyway, when I get some tungsten pieces and some argon gas, we'll come back and we'll do a update video and see how the TIG function of it works. There we go. We'll see how the TIG function of it works and go from there. So, all right, guys, that's it for this one. We'll see you next time. Bye.